Можно громче?
You're not from around here. Module 1.
Это сегодня надо было только не 5 предложений, а использовать все незнакомые слова.
Все?
Да.
Or F for false.
Traditionally, as you know, my family and I usually gather at home and celebrate New Year's Eve together.
Right.
Well, this year, my brother Robert decided that it would be a clever idea for us all to go to Times Square in New York City. You know, to watch the big crystal ball fall and everything else.
Yes, of course. Sounds exciting.
It was exciting, at least in the beginning. We all agreed, and since everyone knows that New York gets quite crowded during this time, we decided to leave in the morning to find a good spot. Unfortunately, the traffic was horrible. I really regret that we didn't take the train. At any rate, we arrived in Times Square at about 3 p.m. and it was crazy.
What do you mean?
In the first place, the crowd was enormous. Second, there were fences blocking off the square with police officers standing guard and thousands of people trying to get in.
Wow.
Yes, intense. Anyway, if it were up to me, we would have left right at that moment, but Robert insisted that we get in and get a spot. So we stood in line for about 2 hours, and finally, luckily, we were able to get into the square. An hour later, they actually closed the square because it was already filled to maximum capacity. By that time, it was about 6 p.m.
So you all stood there for another 6 hours? Okay, but that was probably fun.
Sure it was. We had brought sandwiches and drinks with us for the celebration, and so at first we had a great time eating and drinking. It soon got dark, however, and then it became very cold, about minus 10 degrees Celsius.
Oh my, you must have frozen.
Believe me, we did. Fortunately, the large crowds helped to keep things a bit warm. However, a second problem soon arose.
What's that?
After eating and drinking a bit, we all soon developed a very great need to go to the bathroom.
But you couldn't leave.
Precisely. We were stuck among some 1 million people, and if we tried to leave or find a toilet, then we would have lost our spot and certainly never been able to get back.
So what did you do?
We waited, of course, painfully. It was about 10 p.m. by that time, and so for another 2 hours we all stood around shaking and jumping up and down like rabbits. By 11:59 p.m. we were all counting down the seconds, not because we were excited about the new year, but because we wanted the crystal ball to drop so that we could get out of there as fast as possible. When it finally did fall, I can tell you for certain that we ran faster than we ever had.
Sounds like you really enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, right. I can't wait to do it again next year.